Oh my god, hello. I I sound dramatically worse, I think. Um but no, I'm fine. I'm getting better. This is the better process. I just haven't warmed up my voice today. But hello, greetings everybody. Hello, Fallen. Thank you for redeeming your page. Hello, Miyamoto. Oh my god. Hello, Cross. um, hello, Kemi. Stuck at work, but we'll be listening along. Alrighty, thank you for lurking. Your prediction of voice being bad was correct. Shut your mouth. You sound absolutely out of it. I'm not out of it. It's just my voice. I have not warmed up. Um, teacher did not accidentally sleep in. Teacher is not late. You lie. Teacher also didn't forget to put an alarm. We are not late. Sure, your mouth is shut. You continue to type though. Uh huh. Okay. All right, you sassy student. Don't let me mark you for misconduct today. Hello, Nugs. Hi. Thank you for dropping by. Imagine your hair flip. I can imagine it. Hello. Hope everybody is having a good one. You're sick? Me too. Twinsies. I'm still recovering from the digesture. Twinning, exactly. Twinning. Let's go. Um, we're having an art class today. Um, so I'll try to I'll try to give the lesson as best as I can with what brain cell I have left today. Where is my thing? Where did my thing go? I need my thing. Thank you. Mein gut. Yeah. I think it's I know it's like beginning of the year, spring season, but I think it's part allergies and it's also part people also getting sick from what I'm not exactly sure. Mine's from a cold that refuses to leave. Um, we are sniffly. We are a bit we are a bit coffee. Co- we're gonna be coughing a lot. Yes. You just looked at your weather app and you're mad. Uh-oh. Yeah. We're gonna be sniffly. We're gonna cough a bit. Maybe on occasions. We'll see. Feel like you got hit by a truck and isekai'd back into your regular life. Oh my god. Is the soundboard not back to the original one? What is going on? I need to fix this. Why is it still in the Kingdom Hearts one? I go. There we go. It's been changed. I thought I changed it. Oh wait, hold on. This is also incorrect. We don't have an Igo, but we do have a fuck. Spelled F. Sorry. Phuc. Oh my goodness. Uppies already. Sit in your class. Sorry, sit in your chair. We got this. Okay. The channel points. The channel points. Should be yes. Correct. It's been a minute. You had to. Well, we're not gonna be granted uppies for a moment. Uh, because we're not gonna be there. You've been sat since 8 a.m. Honestly, you're a little bit early to class, but we're here. Also, hello, Quill. Also, Nugs. Please take your medicine. Get some good rest. We're here to chill today. We're here to vibe. Um, but in the meantime, welcome to the archives, where all stories, uh, in our server's library emerge from the pages and eventually become living reality. My name is Hikaru. I'm gonna be your teacher today. Hello, Momo. Have I taken my medicine? No, not yet. But do as I say, not as I do. Hello, Momo. Thank you for leaving your page. Um, that all that aside, I'm gonna be oh my god, please take care of yourself. I am. I got so much extra sleep today. Papa is disappointed. Take your meds. Look. I got extra sleep today. I forgot to put the alarm. However, I got extra sleep, hence why I was late. The Grey Man jump scare. As it should be. As it should be. Quintessential. Um, hmm. And because teacher slept in, we do not have much of a PowerPoint. I was gonna do a PowerPoint for you guys. I've been saying I was gonna do a PowerPoint, but we do not have one ready. Uh, there is no point of me lying about it. We do not promote dishonesty on this channel in this class. Uh, we adore D grade men in this house. Yes, we do. Now that you think of it, you need to take your allergy meds yourself. Been sneezing all morning and don't know why. Please do. Actually, now that everybody is taking their meds and Momo just gave me a care package, I'm gonna go grab my water and take my meds. Maybe that will help. You were told it was gonna be making a PowerPoint last night. See, I was working on something else. And then I was like, oh, I'm gonna wake up today and make a PowerPoint. That did not happen. I was too eepy, and also I am sick. I have an excuse. Okay. Regardless, I'm gonna go get water. I'm gonna go take my meds. Maybe see if there's anything for me to eat. Don't Hika ellipses me. Huh? Huh? I come back. I busy. Okay. I busy resting. I'm a patient. Spare your teacher. I'll be right back. I'll get water and um yeah, water and some other shit. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I took my meds and I had some water. As returned. I hope uh everybody who is sick or ill to any capacity took their meds just as I did. Okay. Um let me turn this on. But yeah, so we're gonna be uh well, we are gonna be learning how to draw hair, or at least how I draw hair, and I'm gonna try my best to explain uh perspective as much as possible. Uh, perspective is a little bit hard to grasp, um, but all it really takes is practice. Uh, in most cases, practice is really the only thing that helps. Because you know, practice makes perfect, and learning your foundations is what helps you improve your art skills. But I feel before we transition over, how are we all doing today? Let's do a little icebreaker, you know? Unless everybody here equally hates icebreakers, which I completely understand. I hate having to be forced to participate in classes uh just to earn participation points. I feel like those kinds of activities in class is kind of stupid. Like I understand the point of it, but oh my god, they're like the worst part of class. You're doing good, no complaints. That's good. What did we do today? Oh, I'm gonna turn those off. What am I missing? Okay, I don't think I'm missing anything. Sorry, if you guys hear me sniffling, or if you hear the sniffling being picked up, I am so sorry. Oh, um, we have transitioned from stuffy ear back to stuffy nose. Um, I have no idea why I had the stuffy ear first. Because prior to that, I was supposed to have stuffy nose, but I guess we're in the draining stage where everything is just trying to escape any orifice possible. Um, or otherwise. Oh wait, let me move the cat stuff. Let me move Lucifer to a better position, because how can we see him in all his glory if you're hidden, if he's hidden by weird things? There we go. I think, yeah, it's probably got to be moved later again, when we transition over to the canvas, to the drawing screen. But anyways, uh, yeah. So hair, most of the things when you're learning to draw, you can easily break down into shapes to better understand how things are positioned and how it flows. Essentially, the basics of it all, the most you can rely on when you're working with the shape of the hair is organic shapes and lines. I will explain how line will become relevant first. Well, later. That's later. It's the shapes we're gonna be focusing on. Um, uh, to better explain it in easier terms, you know how those tutorials, where they're like draw a circle, add details. They made it quite literally. uh, yeah, they made it quite literally. And I'm back to moving Lucifer. Oh joy! All right, Lucifer can sit here. He can be cute up here and right here. Yeah, right here. Where? Yeah, right there. What the heck? Right here. I don't know how big he is on the screen, but I hope he's not covering too much. Okay. Alrighty. Um, my glove. All right. So, but why is it not turned on? Okay, now it's turned on. Alrighty. So, uh, let's put this at 20. Oh, to draw hair edition. Awesome. All right. If anybody has questions, please feel free to ask. But I will try to explain it the best I can the first time. And if I need to repeat anything, please say so. Okay. So let's do one for a person, like normal. Oh god. Oh no. Please, tablet, contribute. Let's do one uh for just how we draw or how I draw people normally. Right? Let's pretend this doesn't look like garbage. It's also good to use guidelines. The circle method is it's okay. Actually, I should probably do it front view instead of three fourths. Um, a trick to if you're doing this on paper, a trick to making um your drawing symmetrical is you fold your paper in half. Well, no, you draw one side of the face first, and then fold your paper in half. And if you're doing this with pencil, it is recommended you do it with the pencil. But if you're doing it with the pen, you can also use a pencil later. Uh, but do you draw one side of the face, Uh, and then once you're done with drawing that side, fold the paper in half where you finish. So let's say you drew the the right side or the left side, whichever side, right? Fold it along the middle, right? Um, and make sure uh if you're using pencil, all you really have to do is put pressure. But if you're using a pen, uh, if you're using a pen, I believe, yeah, use a pen. When you're using a pen, you can use a pencil to trace over what you drew, and then fold on the line right here in the center. Fold it. Use the same pressure, or use something to press on the lines on the back of the paper, um, where you drew the lines, right? The back of the line, yeah, the back of the side where you drew the lines. Then put pressure on it, and then when you open it, there should be an imprint of the other side, and then you can just finish the other side. Okay, so let's do one for. Is this lopsided? I feel like it is. This ear is too high. Okay, yeah. Now it's more or less symmetrical. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, whatever. And then I'm gonna also do one for. I'm gonna also do one for um chibi as well. Same circle method. When you're doing a chibi, when you're doing a chibi, um, you wanna focus on the shape of the circle. If you're using the circle method, um, how I would draw it is just slightly extend it, and the bottom of the circle is where the chin would be. I don't think I've ever drawn a chibi uh front facing. That's just it's a little weird. Yeah. So if you're using the circle method, usually the chin would be uh connecting at the bottom, or or if you want to be a little fancy and you want to give it a chin, or if you're drawing a little kid, I guess you're gonna extend it a little, give the face a chin, something to work with, some facial structure, if you will. Like I said, the circle is just a guideline. And then the ears. Ears can extend out however you want. There's different types of ear shapes. I'm gonna go with this one. Everyone has different types of ear shapes. You could go for an elf. You could go for uh maybe like mermaid or whatever. What kind of fantastical feature or creature you want to go with. I'm just gonna go human. It's basic. It's easy. And then the top of the head, uh, you should not be drawing along uh, the circle. You can follow the guide of the circle, because if you go with the circle, it's gonna look like uh, It's gonna look too what's it called? At least in my opinion, it'll look a little strange. This chibi is gonna have a little bit rounded cheeks, and that's okay. It's cute. I don't know who we're gonna draw yet. Or who do you guys want for me to use as an example? You can give me any anime character you want to see me draw. If not, I'll probably come up with something when I finish. We have one for Chibi. I'm gonna clean up a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna clean up the lines. Yeah, make sure to clean up your lines, so it looks neater. And you won't get confused. Uh, if you don't have clean lines for uh line art, it's gonna be an awful experience. But yeah, once you're finished, once you're finished with drawing your head, you missed art class. It's okay. We haven't started much yet. We haven't missed. We yeah. We haven't started much. You haven't missed much. However, points will be deducted for being uh for being late. Points will be deducted. What do you mean? So it is how it is. Look, man, I'm Yelkin. Look, you were eating. Excuses. You can always eat in class. Just make sure when you're eating, don't touch other things. Don't touch your equipment. Okay? Eating is encouraged. Just make sure to clean your hands before and after. So I hate you. No. Hmm. Making excuses. Okay. Eating, not even sharing with the class. Exactly. Got it. Eat the equipment. Do not eat the equipment. Please do not eat the equipment. They are not built for human consumption, and most of them are very toxic. Please do not eat the equipment. Is the pen chocolate? Low key. Don't eat the pen. Do not eat the pen. Okay. Take your time to make it as perfect as you want. I ain't rushing. No, do not eat the pen, Hydro. Okay. So far we have this. Tilt this a little. Make it a little bit bigger. All right. All right. Violet. Instructions unclear. Ink is all over your mouth. I told you not to eat the pen. Also, hello, Violet. Thank you for redeeming your page. You told you. I told you too late. No, no, I did not. I told you. I told you ages ago. Do not eat the equipment. I told you before. Uni, your baby Dongsing is sick. I've been sick. I've been sick for 3 weeks, it feels. It is 3 weeks. Instructions unclear. Paper has been consumed. Please do not eat your paper. I sound worse. No, I don't sound worse. Well, I do sound worse. I'm in my flushing out stage. Feel better soon. I will. I will feel better soon. Do not worry. My body is fighting. Don't worry. Do not worry. Anyways, um, for everyone uh who have just arrived and are picking up their pieces of paper, scrambling to pick up their paper and pencil, please take your seats. Honestly, it's not bad to eat. Please don't eat paper. Go away, sickness. I will perish with it. If we're taking drastic measures, I will perish with it. Oh yeah, that mic picked up that sniffle. Oh dear lord. In HD quality, I'm slightly disgusted. Anyways, for those who just came in, um, I basically did the circle method. Uh, okay, yeah, circle method. So, let me pick a color that's gonna be brighter to see. So, we drew as circle of a circle as possible. If you can't get the circle to be as circle as you want, uh just keep like motioning. So before you put the pencil down on the paper, you can always motion. You like draw the motion of a circle, and once you feel confident about it, that's when you press the pencil down lightly. I went to emphasis lightly to make light marks. Light marks is important during the sketching stage. It's easier to erase, so don't be too heavy handed. So when do we eat the circle? We do not eat the circle. You cannot eat the circle. The circle is a concept. But anyways, yeah. So you want to draw like make the circle motion, and then once you feel confident enough, to put the pen down, put it down lightly when you're drawing the circle. If it's not perfect, it's fine. You can still draw around it, and refine it as much as possible to make it as round as possible. And then once you feel all right with the circle, that's when you can use it. But once again, I want to emphasize, please. Oh crap! I want this to be square. What the heck? Hello? There we go. Yeah, if you want to be able to erase it, do it lightly. Be light-handed with it. Cat ate your paper. Take the First of all, take the paper out of the cat. The cat should not be eating your paper. If anything, I'm worried for the cat. I don't think it's digestible for them. Cat like paper. Well, cats should not be consuming paper. I don't know if it's digestible for them. Anyways, but yeah, light circles, and then once again, the trick to making your drawing symmetrical, just draw one half of it, fold the paper at the point where you stopped drawing. Oh my god. You know what? I think I'm gonna have to move this to the side. There we go. Now it's straighter. Yeah, but fold along the part where you stopped drawing. So maybe like right here. If you stop drawing like on the left side or on the right side, fold it along the part where you stopped drawing. And then if you're using a pencil, um, just put pressure on the back of the paper where you drew that part or whatever part it is you drew, and then put some pressure on the back of it. Uh, Once you open it, there should be a faint pencil mark, and then just use that pencil mark as a guide to finish the other side. If you're using a pen, just use a pencil, trace over what you drew in pen. You can slightly um make the tracing when you're tracing, you can make it a little bit thicker, or you can kind of like smear your pencil lightly uh along the like slightly over. Let me see. I'll show an example with the marker or something. Like when you have a pencil, you can smear. It's not showing up. Is this it? Yeah, I'll take this. You can smear it kind of like that. Don't have to smear too much, but just enough around the pen line. Fold it in half, and then on the back, trace along the part where you drew um your first half, and then once you open it, there should be a marking on the other side. Um, yeah, on the other side, trace that part with the pen, and then once you're done with that, erase everything, and then just clean up. Yeah, just clean it up. That's all. Uh, if you want to draw with the pen, it's fine. Just draw with whatever you have on person. If you mess up, you can always try again. Okay. Uh, Alrighty. Flat marker. That's not what I use. Hello. Okay. All right. Are we ready to move on to the next step? To the actual part. To the part where we learn how to draw hair. Eat paper, then fail. Yes. Fallen. We don't eat the paper. No eating of paper or equipment. They are expensive, and this class is free. I'm kidding. You'll be provided pen and paper and or pencil, whichever you choose to use. Well, that's not possible in this case. You're taking this class over Zoom basically. So you are responsible for providing your own pen and paper and or pencil. But yeah. Any suggestion for an anime character? Again, this is yeah, any character. I'll pull up a reference. If we don't have one, I can pull up one myself. Ryuko Matoi. Ryuko Matoi. Wait, is this Kill la Kill? It is Kill la Kill. I know her. Let's pull up her. Is there any profile? Any? Why is she so nude? Can I get like a bust picture of her? Hello? Not transform one or for stream purposes. Yes. I'm trying to find one where it's just the bust up. Okay, let's just do this one. Her official art. No, that's not the right one. Okay. So we have Ryuko Matoi. It's a very pixelated picture of her. But I can't find anything else where it's just bust up. Mm, wow, I've never had so much difficulty looking for a bust up picture. What the heck? Half of them is fan art. Okay, well, we're dealing with this one. This is what we're dealing with. All right. So, the general rule uh with what we're working with is shapes. Uh and majority of the time they're very basic shapes. So to break it down, the way her hair would sit, I know the peak is right here, but normally the peak of the hair would be sitting around like around here, maybe. But we'll use the peak here. Oh my god, why is this sensitivity so crazy? Anyways, so the peak would be here, right? This is the peak of the hair, where the hair starts. We want to focus on that. Um, and hmm, let's not focus on that actually, because the way her hair would sit. I just realized anime hair is very strange. Um, okay, well, basic shapes. Let's start with the strip, okay? So it would normally be like this. So if you break it down to shapes, she basically has a triangle. She basically has a triangle, and you can break it down to many triangles. Make it as simple as possible. So as guidelines. So when you're doing this, please make sure to draw them lightly so you can erase them easily. Once you start adding details and stuff. So you break down to shapes for the bangs. It looks like we are going into ads. Oh dear lord. Okay. Oh, we are in ad. Uh-oh. I did not realize we are going into ad. Aigo. Alright. We have a 3-minute break. Everybody get your snack. Do some stretches. Get some water. We will reconvene after the 3-minute break. We will BRB. All right, I'll come back from for your 3-minute break. I hope you found something to pass the time with. Usually, we'll take a 10-minute after a couple hours of craning our necks and nearly breaking our backs trying to draw stuff. But make sure you do your stretches. Very important if you're gonna learn how to draw, or if you're gonna draw consistently. Oy, oh my nail. Okay, where we left off is breaking down hair into shapes. I'm gonna lower the opacity for this so it's easier for you guys to see. But yeah, so we're breaking this down into shapes. And you want to make them to as much and as many shapes as possible. Think of them, think of them as guidelines. But yeah, the general in general, the peak of the hair would start here, and you want to start from there. This one is another peak, and then um this one right here, it would close off like that. This one would be like this. But for this one, this one at the back, you would connect it, or at least you would eyeball it to go and connect at the bottom, because this is the side of her bangs. So as many guide shapes, the more guide shapes you have, the better. And to emphasize again, uh, draw your guide shapes uh lightly. Okay. So we have the front of the hair already. We're gonna continue. I think I'm gonna pick a different color for the. Yeah, I'm gonna pick a different color for the back. So for the back, you want to use the same logic. Is it a slightly? It's slightly different if we're going based off the drawing itself. Uh, they've put in. They've put what's it called? They've put a guide right here saying that the peak of the back of her hair is right there. We can go based off of it, because what the hair follicles on your head grows differently depending where it sits. And notoriously, the back of the highest, what was it? The highest spot in your hair grows in a spiral, and because it grows in the spiral, your hair uh does a spin. It grows in a direction. For the back of the hair, the back of the hair. Let me put this in the back. Actually, yeah. So the back of the hair. Once again, you can follow the rules of the shape. I like to break this down a little bit easier. When you draw the back of the hair, or just in general, this is basically the shape of a jellyfish. So if you really think about it, I'll take the fringe out. Actually, I think it's gonna block the way. The shape of the hair. This is basically the shape of the hair. That's the shape of the hair. If we're excluding this as well, that's just a random strand. This is the general shape of her hair, the way it sits. That's how it sits. So now that we've established that, we'll use that rule to put on our drawing. Let me move this to the side so I can see it. So this right there, I'm gonna put this in a different layer. Okay, so this is the general rule we want to follow. I've made the guidelines for it. So based off of that, we're going to use that as guidelines and draw the hair based off of that. Her hair is a ghost. Yeah. So it would sit like this. I think the if I really think about it, her hair would be sitting more like this. Yeah. And then to determine where your forehead would sit, we uh we tend to draw the peak, the widow's peak, I think. Well, the peak, yeah, the peak of the hair, or at least this is the guideline. This, yeah, actually, this seems more reasonable because it kind of peaks out, anyways. So this is to determine the forehead and where the bangs would sit, right? And then using that logic, let me fix this. Using the logic that we have the bangs sitting here, we can start. Oops. We can start drawing the bangs in. Yay! I think this is bigger. And we draw this side. We draw a banana. We can draw a big banana and another banana hiding behind it. On the other side, we draw uh another banana. Make sure to connect your peak at the center of the hair. Think of this as the center of the hair. And then we draw another banana. Okay. Are we good? Have we grasped? I'm gonna give it a moment for everybody to catch up. If I'm going too fast, please say so. If there's any questions, please feel free to ask. Or give about 10 minutes. Sorry, 10 seconds for everybody to catch up, and then I'll continue with the rest of the hair or the front of the hair. Okay. All right. And from the center, where we see where the peak of the hair, I'm gonna draw the side. I'm gonna start to draw the side bangs now. From the peak of the hair, because that's how the side of the hair. This is to indicate the side of the hair. Uh, we're gonna draw that. I'm gonna draw a line starting from the peak down to the side of the ear, and draw your side bangs. It can be an easy shape. That's the most important part. We want to draw the shapes first, the big shapes first, as the guideline. And then on this side, she has some extra stuff. So, uh, we're gonna look relatively uh where it starts. So that's another important thing. You wanna also look where the line starts relative to all the other objects around it. So in this picture, uh where this side piece right here starts is a smidge to the right of her eye. But because we don't have that right now, you can also use this guideline right here that I drew for the hair, the side, yeah, to indicate the forehead, the face shape, essentially. You can use that guideline and draw your bananas outwards. And keep drawing your bananas. This The inside banana is smaller. Uh, Please also make observations and make sure that the things you're drawing is actually uh accurate to its relativity in the picture. So if it's a small banana on the inside, draw the small banana inside. And if the big banana is outside, draw it big on the outside. Okay. And then we're gonna finish it off with don't worry, I'm just flipping the canvas. Now the other side, the other bang. There we go. So now it should look like this. If you're not satisfied with how the back of your hair finish is looking, it don't matter. Because at the end of the day, you're gonna be erasing it anyways. Um, actually, just to make it easier, when you're trying to erase things, uh, you want to draw. Oh, I'm so sorry. You want to draw slightly outside of the where is it? The guide for the head. So when you're erasing, it's a lot easier if you're doing this on paper. If you're doing it digitally and you have layers, you got it easy. But if you're doing this on paper, you can easily erase it. Guide for the head. What do you come back to? Uh, art lesson. What did you think you came back to? It's an art lesson. Anyways, so we erased that, and we have now we have let me move this up actually. Yeah. Now we have the guide for the hair. Thank you, Momo, for the care package. Okay, any questions so far? But yeah, in general, uh, the easiest way to uh draw from a reference is to break everything down into shapes, and that's how you just get like the general way it looks. And once you get all of that down, once you understand how to visually break it down into shapes, you can just easily draw hair as it is, or draw it the way you want it to look. Okay, I'm gonna start lining it now. I'm gonna lower the opacity so I can see it. Yeah, so now I'm gonna line it. But in the lining stage, I'm gonna start adding details. Make it smaller actually. This is the stage where I start adding details. Eat it up, eat it up. Also, when you're lining, to achieve some variety in your line width. Uh, you can also add this little some extra width here to make it look interesting. But you don't have to. It's a stylistic choice. If you want straight lines, kind of like an anime, like here, they don't have line variety. But that's mostly because when you're animating, you want things to look as simple as possible in order to make the animation process faster. And that's how people began associating the anime style to anime, and that's why um, a lot of traditional traditional art professors uh, uh, criticize the anime art style because it looks so simple. But it in the anime style, it's just a style. There's still um, the same amount of complexity and foundational understanding in order to achieve anime like the anime style, because you still need to understand anatomy and perspective and all that stuff. Uh, what's it called? Uh, Dimensions. Uh, I'm forgetting the word. Uh, I'm forgetting the word. What is? Oh my god, it's just gonna kill me. Proportions, and that's not the word, but proportion is also important. Proportion is important in terms of art. Um, you have so many points you can use for evil. Please do not spare the sick boy. I'm only but a baby. I'm only but a bab. Composition. Oh my god. Composition. You were spared this week? Thank you. Yeah. Right, anyways. Uh Anime is it's the same thing. It uses the same foundations as when you're going to art school. Um and it's heavily criticized for looking simple and it's very easy to execute. It's not. It requires just as much effort and understanding um, of the medium, the art medium, in order to execute. So if you go into art class and your art professor is like, anime is not art, they're lying to you, and they're boomers who don't want the world to that they honestly I feel those types of people are terrible artists because the point of being an artist is to be accepting of all types of mediums, or at least respectful of all types of mediums. Because even if a certain art style is not your favorite, or you don't like the art style, you don't need to go out of your way to insult the person who drew it, because not only does that encourage toxic behavior and a very unhealthy uh, community, it also discourages people from drawing And that's why a lot of people are afraid to join art communities, or at least the art community in general, because nobody likes to share their space. It's so sad. Art should be a thing that should be shared with others, and I feel it's counterproductive. Um, it's counterproductive if you're gonna bash other people and you know discourage people from drawing. It's a form of expression, not an opportunity for business. And I understand there are artists who want to, um, in a sense, justify the amount of years they spent mastering their crafts. Um, that doesn't excuse that doesn't excuse anyone from bashing other artists, especially newer artists, from learning how to draw. So I don't. It should not be it should not be a business opportunity. When art should be something that can be learned for free. And there's a lot of resources for you guys to learn how to draw online. Majority of the time, it's on YouTube. It's free. It should not be gate kept. Absolutely rude. We want people to succeed. We don't want people to fail. But it's a general rule. Um it's a general rule in general. Like, just don't be mean to people. Um so for me, I like to add a little bit of depth to my hair. So when I start at the peak, I'll do a little I'll do a little bit extra. Yeah, add a little bit extra hair to make it look like there's depth. Maybe a little bit messy, because it's a lot more interesting that way. But if that's not something you want to do, that's okay. Make the hair look the way you want it to look. It's a part of discovering your style as well. I just realized she has a very round head. So I'm gonna draw the peak higher. But yeah, art should not be gate kept. If you're willing to learn um the proper way, not with AI, don't do that. Um, that's just drawing based off of things that's already been stolen. Um, from resources that's probably already free and open access for you guys. Um, we're probably not gonna be able to draw this little thing right here, which is fine. It's probably hiding behind her hair anyways. Are we coping? Uh, for the lack of details? It's fine. I think I'm gonna. I can't get this to look right, and that's normal. Sometimes you can just draw things and it not look correct, and that's when you take a moment to take a break. Refresh your eyes. Go touch some grass. Go touch some grass. maybe it'll expand your horizon and refresh your state of mind. It'll refresh your state of mind and you'll come back a better person with better eyes. It'll be frustrating, but that's all it really takes to come back to a peace. And it can take it can take any amount of time for you to achieve that. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. And honestly, that's okay. Save my work. Thank you, program. Uppies. Give me a second. My art has been saved. And people have demanded their uppies. I will grant them now. I will take this out for a little bit. Hold on. What is happening to my pen tablet? Um, that I think? Yeah, like that. Yeah, sure. Wait, this is not the appropriate expression for Nappy. Uh, um, the wing. Wee! The bird who should be flying is getting his uppies. How many? Yeah, I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna eyeball it. I don't know bird anatomy. I don't know it enough. Bird anatomy. Yeah. Uh. Yeah. Okay. Close enough. It's a bird. All right. You ready, program, to have your uppies? Yeah. All right. Let's go. I'm gonna zoom out. I'm gonna zoom out. All right. One, two, three. Wee. All right. Another one. One, two, three. Wee. This is the third one. Last one. Last one. One, two, three. Wee. Burp anatomy. Rotund, cute, delicious. Did I hit the mark? Did I hit the mark with the burp anatomy? I think I'm close. I think I got it. I think I got it. Cute burp image. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Anyways, so we were 100% in burp. Very good. Thank you. Thank you. I hope you're doing well at work. Sounds awful if I'm being real. Hold on, actually. It's getting a little warm. Maybe I need to turn on the fan. Maybe I should do that. I'll turn on the fan. It's a little warm. Yeah. It's slowing down. That's cool. That's nice. Just don't get in trouble watching stream. We like everybody to keep their job, especially in this economy. Okay. Anyways, but yeah. Um, I don't I don't like how uh uninviting the art community is to everyone outside of its circle. But I feel like that's like, what is happening? Oh, is it because I don't have my stabilizer on? Um, yeah, I think it's also because um I lost my train of thought. I don't know. I don't understand why art is so gate kept, especially for people learning how to draw them. Like you shouldn't discourage people who just started to stop drawing because um just because, you know? Like it makes no sense to me. It's mean, it's rude. What are you trying to compensate for, huh? Everybody's trying to survive here. What purpose do you have to be mean to others? and discourage them from doing the things they could potentially enjoy as a hobby. Compensating for the eaten paper. Violet, stop eating your paper. There's water in your oven. Uh-oh. Is that gonna be the new hydration? Please don't destroy your oven in the process. There's water. Yeah, please don't don't destroy your oven in the process. I don't know what you're doing. Don't do that. Yeah, I feel like it's most communities that like to gatekeep things, and that's it's not, you shouldn't be doing that. It should be open to everyone. And if it's not open to other artists, an artist being the main consumer of art, because they know um the logistics, right? Like how things are drawn and stuff, or just I feel like it should be open to everyone. People can be um art appreciators, and that's okay. If it but it should, if there's also the argument where oh, I don't know how to draw, da 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 da. That's just an excuse. Have you even bothered putting in the effort? It takes so much time to learn and to refine and to master certain things. We don't learn how to be good at things overnight. Are you kidding? That's insane. Like, yeah, some people can pick it up easier and understand it faster, but that shouldn't be an excuse for you to not learn how to draw. Okay, I'm just cleaning up the face a little bit. And if you don't want to draw the back of it, just put the neck in. Just put the neck in. That's it. I mean, that's a normal body part that hides it anyways, especially if you're looking at it at the front angle. Oh, why is it doing that? Why is it doing that? Oh my god. I think my tablet is about to die. That's why it's doing that. It's running out of battery. Alrighty. So we have we have the guidelines put in place, right? We got the guidelines. And this is the line art. This is what we get. Do we understand? Is an oven supposed to leak? No. It's not supposed to leak. Hydro. What you're doing is a fire hazard. And then, anyways, once you're done with uh, drawing the foundations, if you want to add more details, you can. Like somewhere right here to emphasize the line of the hair. I don't know. Whatever you want to put. As long as you understand uh, the human anatomy, you should be able to pull off whatever you're drawing, especially people. If that's what you want to draw, people, focus on line and shape. That's the foundation of everything. We'll learn everything else later. But yeah, we have the line, the hair for uh Ryuma toy. At least the way I would draw it. In general, guidelines very very important. You cannot have a drawing done without guidelines, especially if you're learning. They are your training wheels. Once you have a better understanding of how things sit and how things would settle, that's when you can take the guidelines out. But even then, I still use guidelines. I still use guidelines in most of my things, and half or if not most of my things, because I'm not a perfect human being and I'm not magic, and that's okay. And then if you want to make the back of the hair look like the back of the hair, you can do some hatching. We call this hatching. Hatching is when you draw lines and then you cross them to make shadows. Yeah, you can do some hatching to make it look darker and make it look like it's the back of her hair. And then, and then add a little bit more to emphasize that is the back of the hair. There you go. Now we're finished. We're done with the hair. Any questions? I'm not going too crazy. Is this being understood? I am very concerned about that. But yeah, the general rule when you're drawing anything, break it down into shapes so it's easier to digest for you, especially when you're learning something. And then once you understand the shape, you can try and replicate it on something else on your own. And it's also important to use references for anything. For anything uh, at all. Yeah, like in general. Like if you're drawing a house, get a picture of a house. Um, though I think if you're looking to being an architect, I think it's a little bit different. The foundations and the rules for architecture is a little bit different. I feel. I'm not well versed in that field, but if that's something you're looking into doing, um, I believe the most of the rules that you follow for architecture is what's it called? Uh Practicality and foundation. Like those are the two important things to keep in mind in architecture. But like I said, I'm not versed in architecture. So that's not something you guys should be asking me about. I'm not good with backgrounds either. I wouldn't say I'm good with backgrounds. The things I draw are people, bishonens and or femboys. That's what I'm good at. That's what I'm good at. Oh my god. Okay. So, now we're gonna move on to the chibi, and it's the same rule. You know what? I think I'm gonna screenshot this as well. I'm gonna screenshot this. I'm gonna send it to chat in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, if you're not in the Discord, feel free to join if you want to. We post art. We post animal pictures. And we post food. Lots of food. Okay, where is the? I think I'm gonna drop it in. I'm gonna drop it in dripping paint. That is our whip. There we go. Okay, so now that we've established how to draw hair for people, now we're gonna do one for chibi. It uses the same logic. Same logic. Same logic for chibi. Um, mm, this might also be a shorter stream because I'm feeling, I'm feeling a feeling. I am feeling a feeling. Okay. Well, let's do. Oops, let's not do that. Maybe. Okay. Uh, for the chibi, it's the same logic. Uh, let's first establish the forehead, the face shape. So very, very importante. It is a very important aspect when you're drawing hair. Is that you want to establish um, the face shape. All right. Um. Who? Let's see. Who's another person and or character we can draw for the chibi one? I am taking suggestions, but I am also looking out. Mm, who is going to be my victim today? Mm, still looking for a victim. Who's live right now? Who's live right now where I can. I found a victim. I need to take a screenshot. I need to take a screenshot. Alright, give me a second. I'm taking a screenshot. Alrighty, we have a victim. We have our victim. We have we have our victim. Our victim is chosen. This is M Star Otter. Let's put uh let's see. Victim M M Star. Ah, hello Grips. Welcome to the art class. How are we doing? This is our victim for today for our chibi reference. Go back to just 1 second, pretty. Huh? Go back for just 1 second? Hey? What am I going back for just 1 second for? Hmm? Oh, 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 oh. It's okay, Grips. If this is an opportunity for me to get a clear reference, I'm okay with this. I need her to zoom out. Not feeling any better. I am slowly but surely getting somewhere. I'm not sure if I'm getting better or getting worse. But I don't feel like needing to cough my lung constantly this today. Just a stuffy nose today, I think, and minor coughs. It's not dry anymore. I think my body is flushing out. Did you test yourself for COVID? I did not actually. But I took I took my COVID shots, so I think it should be fine. I'm not. I think it's just a cold because I'm not losing taste or anything. Oh, oh, oh! This is perfect. Oh, perfect. It's slightly covering the ear, but that's okay. Alrighty. There's just a bunch of stuff going around right now, and the symptoms are all over the place. Yeah, I can feel it. I feel it in my gut. All right, we have a better reference pile. With Crobo as cameo, we have a better reference. Crispy reference. Okay, so same logic, same logic. Same logic. We want to follow guidelines. This blue is not going to help me in any matter. Okay, same logic. Oops, I effed up. Okay, we want to follow shapes. We're gonna break it down into shapes. I think this one is a lot simpler. It's a lot simpler to break down into shapes, and that's great. It's nice. And breaking it down for everyone, it's easier. That's the thing about Chibi. You can make it as simple or as complex as you want, and that's basically our headbangs. I don't know if I want to draw the goggles. I think that's a bit much. But then there's also the side hair right here. Okay, yeah. So we have the front, and I need this to show somewhere. Right there. I need that to show right there. And then this needs to be up here. And then the back of the hair, you can easily break it down to. I'm gonna flip it a little for a second. It is a oval shape from what I can see. I think it's kind of like a wolf cut, logically, or at least the way it looks like now. Yeah. So kind of semi wolf cut in a way, and then just break it right here. I'm assuming it's this long. This is just a guess. I'm eyeballing. I am eyeballing right now. But yeah. For hair, you want to break it down. Anything in general, you want to break it down into shapes. For this one, actually, I think I'm gonna. The peak of the hair looks like it's gonna start here. So, that's a big banana. She has a little circle on her head, and then you want to break it down. You want to break it down into big bananas. That's what hair is, big bananas. And here, this is a banana behind it. Yeah, that's the general shape. I'm gonna lower the opacity a little bit so you guys can see it a little better. Yeah, that's the shape. And we're gonna apply this similar tactic over uh similar tactic. Um, you want to when you're drawing the guidelines, you want to draw it in shapes. Breaking it down. Breaking it down. If this is too complex, you can also break the banana into more bananas. And that's how you get the thing, the drawing. Oh yeah, break it into a big banana. And then if the shape is still too complex for your brain to visualize, break the banana into another banana. Like that. Anything to help you draw draw the drawing. Do the drawing, yeah. Actually, I'm gonna draw it the way I used to as skyline. So to make it easier. Big small banana first. Small banana first. Connect it to the tip of the hair. The top the what do you call it? The peak of the hair. Erase. I'm gonna erase. And it's okay if you erase the guideline for uh your face shape. That's okay. It's meant to be erased. Um, yeah, it's meant to be erased. Uh, do whatever it takes to make it easier for you to look at. So we have the first shape. Now we're gonna add more bananas. Uh, yeah, we're gonna add more bananas. I think it's better if I use the ear as the guideline. Yeah, right there. Yeah, there we go. But you don't see her ears. She don't got no ears, or at least human ears. She got them otter ears. Very cute round otter ears. Yeah, bananas. Moons, bananas. It don't gotta be perfect. And then, let's see. Like, around the cheek area, that's where you want to start adding the little long side piece she has. And then, let me take off the guideline. Yeah. So, around here, if she's not had her head turned, it would be like this. So, like that. Majority of the time, rely on your eyes. See where specific things sit. Oop, I made that too long. See where things sit, and then kind of guesstimate where it should start. It's very important to just, so let's say right here. Let's say right here. In order to get it as close as possible, you wanna gauge the distance of where the tip of this hair ends, and where this part starts, in order to determine where to place everything else. It's the same logic here. You want to gauge the distance where this portion sits, to where you want to start for this one, in order to continue drawing that side. Okay, now we're gonna do the back. Uh, she don't got no peak, and that's okay. It's round. Honestly, for a VTuber model, makes it easier for the rigger. From this angle, you probably won't see much of the back of the hair. And it's okay to take a moment to adjust if you don't like the way it looks. If you're doing it on traditional paper and pencil, just erase and erase the light lines, uh, and redraw it. It's just the process. Trust the process. Trust the process. And I believe it connects down to here. Yeah. There we go. The otter, The otter's hair, very easy to break into shape. It's chibi. It's not as complex as when you're drawing a person, and that's the great part about chibi. It can be as easy, simplified, and as complex as you can make it to look with all the details and stuff. But in general, uh, it might be longer. It, well, the majority of the time, you're just eyeballing it. But we have the shape of the otter. We have the shape of the otter. Uh, so now that we have the shape of the otter, you can erase the guideline for the head just to make it easier for you. Where did it go? Ink? Where did it go? Oh, okay, it's down here. You can erase the guideline for the head shape and leave only the guides for the hair. And then that's when we can start line arting the the hair itself. So taking off the reference. Oh well, I'm gonna bring the reference up to the top. Yeah. So she's got the little cut right here. I need my stabilizer. Woo! Okay. I was wondering. I was wondering about that. Anyways, yeah. So the mid stage where you're drawing guidelines, you don't want it detailed. You want it as simple as possible. And then later on, that's when you can add the details. It's like those tutorials. Draw a circle, add details. That's basically what it is. If only I can draw this line correctly. Anyway, yeah, close enough. Good enough. You know, good enough. Oh, one interesting thing about Otter's VTuber model is that there's implied lines, and the implied lines are emphasized by shadow. Uh, and what implied lines are is exactly what it means. And when you're trying to look for implied lines, especially in otters, right here, if my pen is tracking it, yeah, right here is an implied line. So starting from this point all the way to here, this is an implied line. And it's achieved by drawing a gradient that is slightly darker than the base color. And it's the best way to achieve implied lines. You can also do that with shadow right here. This is also another um, implied line that's achieved through darker color or darker value. um, And when it comes to line arting, it's a lot more simpler because you don't have to break it down into lines. The or how am I trying to say this? So when you're rendering, but your line art is just the base outline essentially. The base outline is just the outline of the shape, and for VTuber models, um, having implied lines in the rigging stylistically looks really nice. It makes it. I feel like I think this is a style thing, but I feel the artist did an amazing job. Um, they did an amazing job in um, expressing depth and differences in layers for the hair, just using like basic gradients and very minimal shading. This is a really good example of like expressing depth. It's very illustration, like Western illustration looking as well. Otter's artist did an amazing job for her model. Anyways, oops. Where did my layer go? Where did my line art layer go? Oh, it is this one. What? Okay, it's fine. Anyways, yeah, we want to continue the line art. Sometimes, sometimes when you're doing line art, you don't have to constantly follow the guideline. It's there to guide you. It's not set in stone. So if the guideline doesn't look the way you want it to, or at least the initial sketch, and there's something you want to fix uh, during the line art stage, that's fine. It's just there to guide you. Sometimes you want to make changes to something to make it look more interesting. And that's okay. I don't like this song right now. Okay. Anyways, um, this is just the cleanup stage. Yeah, this is the cleanup stage. Make it look crispy. Make it look clean. I don't want to round it, just to make it look similar. You know. This is also another stylistic choice. Rounding out the corners for chibis. If that's something you want to do, you can always do that. But I want to make it rounded. I want around the corners because I think it's cute. What, what is this mark right here? There we go. Okay. And then, as previously stated, if you want to make the line out looks interesting, you can add an extra stroke, a little bit more here to add value. Not value, add depth, and variety in line width. It looks cool. It looks snazzy. It looks fancy. That's it. Yeah. Um. Okay. We didn't add the otter ears, but we can do it now. Yeah, we can do it now. It can be. It can be her hair accessory. Let me see. Where does it sit relative to the hair? So like maybe along here. Yeah, maybe along there. I think along the tip of the side bangs. And then I don't know where it stops. Maybe like around here? Uh, like around here. Yeah, okay. Otter ears. Yeah, so you can be calculative about it. You measure where certain things start and end using things that's already there. Like I use this part right here to draw the start of this side, and then uh, this part right here for the other side to where it ends. And then that's how I figure out how or where I should put the ears. That's the end of the day. It's one way to use guidelines to achieve accuracy. Okay, let's do the head first. Actually, I'm gonna rotate. I'm gonna rotate my page, make it easier for me to line. Okay. We have we have the back of the hair sorted. Now we're gonna do the ears. Okay, so we got the ears, and the hair. Yeah, we got the ear and the hair. Actually, I think I'm gonna fix this. I don't like how this sits. And then, oh man, I think it's this long. I'm guessing. I haven't seen the back of author's model. Yeah, we're gonna pretend it looks like that. Anyways, here is the reference, our victim, and here is her hair. Where did I put this? I'm gonna clean this up a little bit actually. I'm gonna rotate. Gotta clean it up. All right, we are. Oops. Where? Okay, we are done. It's Otter. This is yeah. This is done. It's done. But yeah, we use the same logic for our previous one. Let me pull it up actually. How do I do this? So as I've stated previously, when you're drawing anything, we break it into shapes, and then we break it into shapes to guide, and then we just add the details later. Though, how I would draw is a a mix of eyeballing lines relative to other ones pre-existing lines, and also visualizing in my head the shape of the hair. um a lot of drawing relies on like looking at the subject and understanding its relativity and stuff. Okay, I think actually I might have made, where did it go? I might have made this part a little bit too low, and that's okay. You can just move it up. No problem. That's the magic of digital art, you know? You can just move things up and it looks fine. Yeah. Magic of digital art, you can just cut it out, readjust it, and it looks great. The guidelines are just there to guide you. It's never set in stone. Uh, Finalizing it is the last part. Oh my god, what happened? Okay, let me put this together. Actually, there we go. Yeah, adjusting it is always the final step. That's the great thing about being able to do digital art. In traditional, you kind of have to erase and do it again, but that's okay. That's the tedium. The tedium gives you more practice. It's a form of practice. Oh, actually, let me take a picture, take a screenshot of this. Where did it go? Let me also put an explanation. Only PRT and group adjustment. And do the sketching and oh, excuse me. Oh my god. That came out of nowhere. Okay. Let me do a physical medium, aka paper, pencil. I forgot a letter. For traditional, physical medium, aka paper pencil. The adjustment phase will start and end during sketch and guideline phase. Important you have a full understanding where you how you want your piece to look before moving on to line one. Okay. Okay. For this one, I need to let me edit the Discord message. Oh my god. Oh no 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 no! Don't. What the heck? Why is this turned on? Okay. Uh, and drawing. There you are. Thing down. We want to break the subject down into simple shapes, and we're doing hair. We are going to break the hair down into organic shapes. Okay, bananas. Okay, alrighty. So uh, I think I best explain it on the Discord. Let me pull it up actually. All right. So to summarize, to summarize, when drawing anything in general, uh, but more specifically hair in this case, uh, there we go. You want to break the subject down into shapes, simple shapes, and since we're doing hair, as previously shown, you want to break the hair down into organic shapes, aka bananas for the bangs and the general shape for the hair. Um, for the the back of the hair, I feel, or at least if you're trying to achieve some form of realism, do consider how gravity works. Uh, yeah, consider how gravity works. Especially when, especially because hair is such a malleable and flowy. It can be a flowy shape depending on how or what environment it is in. So, like, say, let's say, for example, uh, you want to express a windy environment, right? Uh, let's do something simple here. You want to express wind uh, as a general rule. You want, let's say the wind goes this way, right? If the wind goes this way, it's going to follow the form being the head. It's going to follow the form of the the head, and right, it's going to follow the form of the head, and then uh, a wave pattern as well, actually, because when the wind runs through the hair, think of it like a flag, right? Think of it like a flag. Let's say the hair is incredibly long, and then, uh, as I previously stated, make sure you have the face shape drawn out. This is to help you know where the bangs start. Okay, so because it's windy, the hair is gonna fly this way, and depending on how much how much strength you want to emphasize for the wind, you want to make the hair flow as much in that direction as possible. Actually, let's do this in shapes so it's easier. And it's going to be messy because it's windy, you know? Why is my pen tablet doing that? And it's gonna be everywhere. Um, but once I, oh, thank you, Hydro. Um, and thank you for the hydrate and the straight page. My goodness, you didn't stray page. How could you? I'm offended. Okay, yeah. So when it's a windy condition, or the environment is very windy, and you wanna emphasize that, you wanna draw the hair going in that direction as messy as possible. How do you repent for your sins? Um, Good question. I don't have an answer to that. Not yet. Pay attention in class. But yeah, the hair. If you want to emphasize, strong wind is going to fly in that direction in a very messy manner. Where did my line go? Okay, that's the front, and this is the back. It's gonna be messy, extremely messy, because it's the hair is gonna go everywhere. Let me also draw the body. Why not? Or actually, I can just do this. Okay. Okay. Um. Anyways, when going that direction, all right, I have to make it bigger. But yeah. Uh, to emphasize windiness or extremely strong wind, you want the hair to go all that way. Okay, Mr. Hika. Uh huh. What's up? I feel like something's being written. But we are reaching our next 3 minute break. Class will be briefly dismissed for your 3 minute break. It's just saying it sarcastically. Okay, I thought you had a question. I thought we had a question going on here. Um. All right. Our 3 minute break has approached. Can you make a question? Yes, you can make a question. No, you can make a question. You don't have one. You can make one though. All right, go make your question. Anyways, Class briefly dismissed for your 3 minute break. We'll be right back. All right. See you in a bit. All right. Welcome back from your 3 minute break. It is currently dinner time. For the teach. The teach is hungry, so the teach will take a little bit longer to enjoy his break. But in the meantime, I believe we can watch a little bit of something. Maybe the first episode of an anime. Am I gonna get the MCH for this? I might. I might. I might get the MCH for this. Hmm. Okay. Well, um, if you guys wanna drop by and watch it, it's windy. Yeah, it's windy. If you guys wanna drop by and watch it, I might just stream it on the Discord. Honestly, I'll probably have it in the background. That's how I do other stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna have to cut that. I'm gonna have to cut that out in post. Mm, mm, that is true. That is true. Mhm. I think I think the lesson for perspective might have to be pushed to Sunday. But um I might just I might just sit in VC and if anyone wants to watch anime, then we can do that. Have a little watch along. Why don't we? Mm, it's just good. Food. Lunch has been demolished. All right. Class is back in session. Class is back in session. Okay. All right. All right. The perspective is gonna have to be pushed to Sunday. So I believe once we finish with this, once I finish with this portion, for drawing hair, in motion, then we can call it a day. Because I don't think I have enough time to explain perspective. Because perspective is a lot complicated, a lot more complicated than drawing hair. Okay, so with what we already know, when you're drawing hair, you want to break it down into shapes, very simple shapes. So when you're rendering, or sorry, no, when you're doing a cleaner sketch, you'll have something as a guide in order to make your cleaner line art. Yeah, make a cleaner version of it. And for flowy hair, most of the time it's going to be organic shapes because it's going along with the wind, right? Or it's going along with the line of action. So the line of action we would call anything uh line of action. So a straight line, you just call that it's just a straight line, right? But when it's in line of action, move my mic. Sorry, it's a line of action. It's curved. Anything that's curved is the line of action. And we want to draw our hair along that line of action. Okay. That's not worry yourselves. Um, so just to clean this up a little bit, just to clean that up a little bit. All right. Hmm. Yeah. Line of action. Anything that's curved, anything that's going a specific direction, that is the line of action. And that is the guide, the guideline to drawing the guide, essentially. You want it to follow the line of action. Let me clean this up. You want it to follow the line of action so it makes more sense. I lost my thing. Hold on. There we go. Alrighty. Okay. Getting comfy. Yeah, you want it to follow the line of action. Where is that layer? Okay. Now we just line it based off the guide we drew. And you can add as much detail as you want. But we want to keep the form based off the guideline uh, to express um, the feeling of movement. In this case, violent windy movement. And our hair isn't just a whole block. It doesn't it when it's under like windy pressure, it doesn't flow like in a clump. It's usually in strands. So we want to add like streaks, like random streaks, to emphasize uh, the strength of the wind and that it's hair. We can also achieve that by drawing um, kind of like detail lines in the between, kind of like here, and another one here to emphasize, in a sense, depth as well. Uh, and for darker area, you can color it in, kind of like shade it in with your pen. But when you're shading with your pen, do it lightly and then build on the layers. Same thing with pencil. Um, Another way you can achieve that is from line width variety. That's another thing that's another benefit you can achieve from having variety in your line art. It's to achieve depth, value in a way with just line art. Uh, there's plenty methods of emphasizing certain aspects in order to express certain ideas. And because you're working on a two-dimensional form. You want to do as much as possible in order to achieve um, a kind of three-dimensionalness to make it more believable, more realistic. Because human want hu- the human brain uh find it a lot easier to process uh things that are familiar, and yeah, yeah, we have a better time understanding concepts that are familiar to us, aka everything around us. You know, our surroundings. We live in it every day, and yes, we don't pay attention to it most of the time because it's kind of just there. But when you're an artist, you kind of have to like pay attention a little bit more, and that's how they improve, and that's how you can improve as an artist. Um, and that's why it's so important uh, to be aware of everything around you as an artist, because maybe you'll find something interesting, and then you can just um, add it to your artwork. It can inspire you. That's the main thing. A lot of things in real life can inspire you to make certain things, people, places, your experiences. That's the amazing thing about art. It's a form of expression, or in some cases, it can also be a form of, um, it can just be a form of, let's say, commentary. A lot of artwork you can find in museums if you've gone to any, and I encourage people to go to your local art museum if you're interested and see what kind of work they make. You know, becoming an artist and becoming a better artist is consuming other people's art. That's why I don't quite particularly understand why people would discourage others to draw. If it's not your thing, you don't have to. You don't have to look at it. That's your choice. Oh my god, what is my pentaba doing? Is it dying? Are you perishing? You're doing fine. Stop being dramatic. But yeah, once again, if you want to express depth, you can use cross hatching to achieve that. Or if you're lazy, just color it in. Smear your pencil in. Make shadow. Yeah, like that. And for the back, you can go crazy with the hair. Uh, that's the best part about drawing long hair as well. You can go crazy, go ham, absolutely insane with it, and it'll look fine. A lot of this is just practice, so keep doing it, keep drawing, study your foundations, and that's how you improve as an artist. Another way of doing so, look at other people's art, touch like interact with the community. It's insane. It's scary. Um, but just because there's some bad apples that makes the community look bad doesn't mean everybody is bad. Everybody is learning just like you know? Encourage the learning behavior. Be open-minded, and you should be open-minded to perspectives and stuff. That's healthy. You don't have to adopt it, but you can be open to perspective and learn from others. And expand your horizon. I don't know what's going on anymore. Hello? This one, you can make this. I think I'm gonna make this. Yeah, I'm gonna make this part its own piece. I feel like that would achieve more than leaving it as a clump. Because your hair isn't a whole block of hair. It's not a clump of things. It's wild. It's crazy. It goes everywhere, especially when it's windy. And you should apply that logic when you're doing windy art, windy hair, when you're drawing windy hair. Yeah. Note that I'm not using the guide completely. I'm just using it as a way uh, to help me get the type of look that I want specifically for the hair. Yeah, the guideline is never the final result. Always go outside of the box. Think outside of the box. You know, you can think inside, but you can also think outside of the box. And line variety can also uh, like it can also be a difference. You can it's very important to also have line variety as well. Um, for line art because it's one way to explain like where the inside like if it's the outside of the subject or inside of the subject. But in general, for traditional art, for digital art is what I'm talking about. It makes it easier um, for you to be able to tell what you're doing. This also doesn't have to be that clean either, because it's windy hair. do I want this to sit? Like that, maybe. Yeah. And then we can close it off like this. Yeah. You want... I think I'm gonna also continue with the body. So we have something to work with. This is a woman. Why not? Let's draw a woman. Finish it off as a woman. Oh my goodness. Crazy. Yeah. Almost done. And you guys can be dismissed for another 3-minute break. In a second. In a bit. You know? On a extended lunch break and also another break. Wow. Amazing. Yeah. Not important. The body is not important. The hair is. So we're going to keep the guide for that. Uh, and I'm going to make it larger because why not? There we go. Let me clean up the guide first as well. Oh, right. Because you have the guide for the face shape. This is the sideburn. Don't forget the sideburn. you can also draw uh like another like small strand of hair with the sideburns. Do that. Because we have baby hairs on on the side of our face. And we are now dismissed for our 3-minute break. So we'll be right back. Hello, welcome back. Welcome back from your 3-minute break. How was your break? Hope we had a good one. Hope we all did our stretches. Very important. Okay. So before we end our session for today, I'm gonna finish this just so you guys can see um, how it would look as a complete piece. Or how it would look if it was a complete piece. Usually, in this situation, you would draw the face first, but because I did the hair first, this is gonna be a little weird. At least for me. Who knows? Maybe you're the type of person who draws the hair first and then the facial expression. Whatever whatever works for you. Whatever helps you get the proportions correct. Oops, I did not mean to delete that. Yeah. Whatever helps you achieve uh realism or whatever you're trying to draw, you can do it in whatever order you want. Some people start with the hair, some people start with the eyes, whatever helps you. Some people start with the face, like the structure of the face, not even the eyes. Some people do that. So yeah, my method might not work for you, but whatever gets you to practice and figure out the best way to draw for you, then yeah, do it that way. And then under the hair, you would delete a little bit of the facial features because the hair hides your face. But if you want to show a little bit of it, you can. I think I'm gonna keep the irises out because it's gonna look weird if I. Hmm. Is it gonna look weird? not sure. Maybe it's because I drew it too high. The iris. And then, you want to add some other details? You can finish it off, make it look nice. And that's it. We're done. We are done. Color it how you want. Um, but I think I went through the general things that I would do if I had to explain the steps through my head. And hopefully you guys would understand how my brain works. With the only exception, I skip steps because certain steps doesn't require me to. Uh, I don't need to do certain steps because I already know and I have an understanding of how things should look, and that's just how my brain works. If you have a hard time being able to conceptualize how certain things look, you can always use guidelines. And I encourage this for people who are learning how to draw. Um, and once you have a better understanding of the foundations, you should be fine drawing basically anything you want. Oh god, I need to sneeze. I'm waiting for it. And it's not coming. And it's not coming. Oh, I need to label this. I forgot. Okay. How to draw hair in motion. Oops. How to draw hair in motion. Yeah. All right. Take a screenshot. There we go. So to summarize. Actually, I should label this. I should label this because I did use the line of action. I think. Okay, let me see. So let's take a screenshot of the final one, and then put it underneath. Ooh, not that one. What color would be obvious? Take this one. Let's see this one. Okay. Line of action. And return. Oh, crap. Screenshot. Okay. I'm gonna add that. I'm gonna do it like this, and then take a screenshot, and then do it without the line of action. Okay. And drawing in motion. We want to create line up action. That's a guide to where I stand where to draw the shapes. The line of action is to um understand where you draw your shapes. Yes. Feeling of nature. What you um, yes, uh, you're here when it's is called a line of action. This can be used when you're uh, drawing characters in dynamic poses. That's not that's very regardless. Use the line of action to. Oh, hello, Kemi. Thank you for the hydrate. To help draw your your head when you're draw the shapes. uh, Simply a guideline for your guide. Oops. Okay. Alrighty. So I believe this is a perfect time to summarize what we learned in class today. Um, the hair. Use a reference when you're learning how to draw anything. The most important thing is to break down shapes. And as we previously established, when you're drawing hair, this will also apply as well for realistic, yeah, for photos, like real photos and people. A lot of the time, it's just breaking down the shapes, uh, just to make it easy. Uh, draw your bananas. Uh, draw your bananas. You can do this also by printing out the picture and then um, drawing on top of the picture with with the pencil or whatever kind of marker you have that's bright for you to break down the shapes and stuff. But draw your bananas for the front of the hair, and then for the general shape of the hair, draw your organic shape. And then once you're ready, you can just add the details. You get me? And then for the chibi, it's the same. It's the same logic. I need to somehow get a picture of this. Okay, and then chibi is the same logic. Um, wait, you guys can't see the. You guys can't see it because Mr. Lucifer is hiding you. Anyways, um, actually, I can just do this. What the fuck? Yeah, there we go. So, when you're doing line work in general, the adjustment phase for digital art is It can be done after because you have the tools to do it afterwards. You have the layers. You don't have to worry about messing up the guidelines. But if you're doing it traditionally, the adjustment phase when you're making fixes and stuff is only during the sketch and the guideline phase. That is the most important. You need to have a really, really good understanding of how you want to look, how you want the certain thing to look, and you have to make sure that it's accurate to how you envision it, or just proportionally, you want to make it look proportional. Um, if it's lopsided, take the moment when you're still in the pencil phase to fix it, and then once you're satisfied, then you can move on to using liners or ink, any type of ink, anything that's permanent. It's great to um, make a habit of doing pencil first and then doing line work later. Uh, More so to uh, not mess up if you're afraid of making mistakes. But if you like drawing in pen and you think you can do it, you can skip the pencil phase, and just go straight to the line art. But yeah, for chibi, it's the same rule. Draw your bananas. Draw your organic shapes. And for the first, when you're just starting, use lots and lots of references. Uh, it is the learning phase. You can you can trace an image as well, but don't claim it as your own work. Um, and use it to understand how to break down an artwork into uh simpler shapes for you to understand how um to draw. Don't just steal people's work. And finally, finally, uh, we have the hair, the hair in motion. Let me scroll this down a little bit so I can take a screenshot. All right. Alrighty. This is the final part of the lesson, and hopefully, this is enough for you guys to feel like you can graduate learning how to draw hair. When drawing hair in motion, you want to create a line of action, which is the green line here. I can also pull it up. But we call it a line of action is because it's a guideline to drawing your guidelines in motion. That's why it's called a line of action. And to further emphasize, the line of action helps you visualize how the hair would flow if it was being blown in one direction. And with the line of action in mind, draw your bananas and your organic shapes in the direction where um, the hair is flowing, and also consider gravity and the form of the subject. So if the hair is being flown this direction, you need to also you need to also um, draw the hair to make it seem like it's folding, or like be it's being overlapped, or it's overlapping the face, right? It's overlapping the face, but because the head is not flat, you need to also emphasize that it's a three-dimensional item or three-dimensional subject. So that's why um, we want to add, we don't want to curve the hair here to make it seem like it's a three-dimensional item. And that's how in real life, that's how your hair would sit if it's being blown in the wind. Of course, if your hair is being blown by a very, very strong wind, that's how this would look. But in general, um, not all of your hair is gonna start flying in the air, um, and like this. But for sake of emphasis and exaggeration, the hair is gonna blow dramatically to one side. It just depends on how you want to depict uh, the sense of realism, like the sense of the wind and stuff, right? How it would look to feel having your hair blown in one direction. But yeah, hopefully, hopefully that would yeah, hopefully uh this helps you guys understand how to draw hair. Okay. Uh it is 4.5 hours. Thank you for our lesson. No problem. I hope it's easy to understand. I know I'm sick and my brain already runs like millions of miles and I lose my train of thought. But I hope that's easy to digest. For anyone for anyone that's stuck around to watch, and also all the VOD watchers. I think having the visuals help. I feel. Let's see. Yeah, we had. It's only 4.5 hours. Uh, oh yeah, 4.5 hours. But I'm really feeling a little tired. I think it's the detoxing and what was it? It's the flushing out phase. So I'm feeling a little tired, even though I slept a little bit longer today. So I think I'm gonna raid out. Yeah, I'm gonna raid out. I'm a little eepy. Hope you get some good rest. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll get some good rest. Let's see who we can raid. Hmm, it would be easy, but I think I'm gonna go find an artist. Let's see who's let's rate an artist today. Let's see who's drawing stuff. We gotta support our artists. Uh, hmm, support your communities. I don't like this song. Not right now. Ooh, perfect. Uh, okay. I think I found my victim for today. We are going to raid Wuchi. She is they Faye, hold on. I can't hear. I can't hear her stream. I need to change this. Um, well, I don't know what their pronouns are right now. Does it say? Nope, it does not say. However, we're rating Wuchi. They're doodling. Um, they seem like a very chill person, and it looks like they seem like a pretty cool person. Okay, all right, we're gonna raid. I'm gonna send the raid over to Wuchi. Uh, top one is 4. Sorry, top one is 4. Uh, everybody else, followers and the likes. The bottom one is for everyone that is subscribed to the channel. And if you're interested in joining the Discord and having some record of the stream of today, um, I did write the tutorial. Yeah, the tutorial in the Discord. You can join our Discord. We also have pictures of animals and food, and we got lots of friendly people hanging around. We also got writers, actually. Yeah, we got people writing stuff. It's really cool. And then we have a lot of creative people here. A lot of friends with a lot of nice people. So feel free to join our Discord. So otherwise, let's see. Thank you, Hydro, for the 7 stream streak. Uh, yeah, that's it. That's all that happened. It's a shorter stream today. I would go longer, but I'm feeling it. I'm feeling my brain. I'm feeling my brain go. Anyways, we're gonna raid Wuchi. All right, awesome sauce. May the ink in our pages be filled with cotton dreams and lull you to a sweet reverie. And we'll be seeing you in the next life. Bye bye. Nuts. I be EP baby. I go sleep. Thank you for dropping by. Alright. Adieu, nuts.